Six days removed from the murder of George Floyd, and with protests erupting nationwide, I went down to Lafayette Park to protest with my college-age sons in front of the White House. The experience was overwhelming. It was emotionally charged, potentially dangerous, and undeniably powerful. After hours of raising our fists and lifting our voices, my sons learned that they could be a force for change. On our way home, my middle son Elijah became visibly upset after viewing some of the racially charged social media posts made by one of his white basketball teammates. Trying to be helpful, I encouraged him to reach out to his friend and discuss on how his posts were making him feel. He did, but his friend was unmoved. In fact, their conversation became confrontational and threatening. As I listened to their heated discussion, I texted their coach because I knew he had a scheduled Zoom call the next day. I wanted to let him know he had a problem. My sons were now angry from their call, and I was feeling increasingly frustrated and upset. In my text, I asked him to call me the next day. To his credit, and to my surprise, he called me right back. It was 10:30 p.m. I remember looking at the phone, thinking that if I answered and said some of the things that I was feeling, that this call may not go much differently than my son's. I took a deep breath and decided to answer anyway. Coach Dunn started the call with the question, "Is this a good time to talk?" And I responded, "Yes, the time is now." Coach Dunn's question began a long talk about the uncomfortable truth. As I talked, he listened intently. I shared my anger, my pain, and my frustration. But I also shared a video with him and asked him to watch it. The information he learned from it and our discussion about it afterwards had an immediate impact on him. It was an experience which activated him to a level of understanding and action. He shared with me that he'd always been concerned and well-meaning, but his thermometer was lukewarm at best regarding the fight for social justice and racial reconciliation in America. Our long talk began that day, and the conversation continues to this day. After the experience with Coach Dunn, I shared the video with Jelani's coaches at UPenn, and I saw a similar engagement and reaction from them. I felt better about the situations that my sons were in, but it wasn't enough. I decided that every parent that was sending their child to school to play sports in the upcoming season should have the same comfort that I was having. So I decided to use my network to establish a platform to talk to everybody, to call everyone to the table. Within 3 weeks, we had set up a call with over 100 of the top men's college basketball coaches in the country. It also included a few ESPN analysts who have since reported on it. After 3 days of open and honest conversation, lives were changed and a movement was born.